Live from Nerd Bacon HQ in Des Moines, Iowa, this is the Level Up Lariat podcast, brought to you by Bacon.com and three fine, fuzzy fellas from Bacon.com.
So fuzzy.
I am Jeff, a.k.a. Jeff Roth from Bacon.com.
What's up, Jeff? I'm Dave the Watchman, also from Bacon.com.
Well, hello, Dave. I'm Level Up Justin, who happens to also be from Bacon.com.
It's like we're all working together or something. Hey,
hi, Justin. I'm Jeff from Bacon. Oh, and this is your one-stop shop for all things video games and professional wrestling. Guys, how we doing? It's been over a year now.
Yes! Happy one-year anniversary! We were going to plan something out, but then we didn't, so...
Just like I called it last week. Like, we won't do anything at all.
Well, you let your love life get in the way of that, buddy.
Yeah, I had a date that stood me up. It was great.
Oh, no,
what? Yeah, I told you it stood me up.
No, I didn't hear about that. I just heard that you needed a mental health break, and I was like...
That was Sunday. Saturday was the date, supposedly, but nothing came to fruition. It was bad. It was a bad weekend.
Damn it.
Sorry, dude.
Let's just put it there.
That's no good.
But it's a showtime. You know, I got a beer in my hand. It's showtime.
You're still on your mental health break.
Probably. I'm excited. We actually have some news this week in both the worlds of video games and professional wrestling.
We do. Thursday was crazy day, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And we'll circle into the video game stuff. We'll briefly get into wrestling. Go ahead, Dave.
I was going to say, there's a bit of breaking news here within the past few minutes. Microsoft has announced that their E3 2018 briefing will be once again held on Sunday, June 10th. That'll be at 4 p.m. Eastern, so that'll be 3 p.m. Central Time right here. So, of course, we will be broadcasting that and commenting on that live right here on Nerd Bacon. So make sure you hit that follow button there so you can hang out and watch Microsoft's E3 2018 briefing along with us. But that was just announced within the last, half an hour. So...
Woo! Right, we're planning on doing some MST3K style talking over the developer streams again this year.
Hopefully not MST3K in the sarcasm.
No, we're gonna make fun of it. We're gonna make fun of the stupid shit.
I hope there's nothing stupid to make fun of. I hope it's all awesome.
We're gonna comment on it and make light of things. How's that?
Maybe we should just watch the Devolver stream then.
I think that makes fun of itself. I hope it's all awesome and no Super Lucky's tail.
and here is your weekly reminder that Braun Strowman is the best thing in professional wrestling. All right.
I like that. I like the weekly reminder.
Yeah, weekly reminder. Let's dive into some pro wrestling kind of briefly here because there's a lot of video game news to get to. And of course, if you're in the chat, feel free to state some questions in chat. We're more than happy to read them off and answer them as long as they make sense to us.
Ask us some questions, you'll get some answers.
Interact with us.
What's
we can handle your swag.
And why does Cain burn? Questions like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of a slow chemical. All right, so Fastlane happened last Sunday night. The last SmackDown-only branded pay-per-view that we assume. And the real highlights is that we have a new U.S. champion in Randy Orton.
That is a low light. That's a low light. I wanted Bobby Roode going into WrestleMania as the U.S. champion.
I did too.
The U.S. title and the IC title are, in my mind, to take the up-and-coming talent or the workhorse and showcase them, or bring somebody up from the mid-card, or take someone who's earned the spotlight like The Miz has and put a belt on him. And Bobby Roode totally deserved a U.S. title run.
Yeah, he did, and he deserved a WrestleMania title run, a U.S. title run at WrestleMania. So I don't see why they're taking the title off of him at this point. Especially for a guy like Randy Orton who does not need a title.
Right. And we like Randy Orton. I really enjoy Randy Orton's work. He's a surefire Hall of Famer, but he doesn't need a belt right now. Bobby Roode does. And can you imagine Bobby Roode's entrance at WrestleMania, what it would have been?
Yeah. It would have been on par with Rusev's WrestleMania entrance a few years ago.
It came out on a freaking tank.
Yeah. I love that entrance. That was one of the best.
So good.
I mean, it still could be one of the best entrances. It's just obviously it's going to be all about pizzazz and see what he comes out with. But it almost makes it seem like they only did this to just give Randy Orton the title of a Grand Slam winner, and it's probably going to be them two again at WrestleMania.
And hopefully Bobby Roode wins that one. Like, I would love a rematch at Mania, have Bobby Roode win that one, and have Randy kind of just, okay, I did Grand Slam, go on. So good for Randy.
As long as it's not on the pre-show. Stick that Fabula Moolah match on the pre-show. My God.
Oh boy, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that in a second because,
that's rough.
Women's title taking shape because none other than Asuka showed up at Fastlane to challenge Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This makes a lot of great sense, and I'm looking forward. Pointing this line. And I am looking forward to this match, guys. This is the best case scenario for this situation.
Yes.
No, that's gonna be a great match. That will be a fantastic match. That's gonna be a marquee match. I just hope it gets put in a good spot on the card and not between emotional match and then main event match.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Like last year with Alexa, wasn't Alexa and that whole women's title match was like the one before the main event?
Right.
Ugh.
And they do that a lot. They definitely do that a lot. And I get why they do that. They may not need to do it this year because this year it's sounding like Triple H and Steph versus Rousey and Angle. A lot of the money is on that being the closing act of the show. So
please don't be.
No.
That's
yeah.
No. That would be incorrect way of handling that match.
Watch Shinsuke versus AJ be the curtain jerk.
Oh my God,
Jesus!
I would turn the thing off at that point.
I will confess, I did not watch Fastlane except for like fast forwarding through the main event match just to confirm our suspicions that AJ was going to retain and shenanigans between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, which we didn't really get that shenanigans.
And Shane McMahon.
Yeah, so what are we going to get? Are we going to get like a tag match for those guys? And then
we may be finding out right now on SmackDown.
Oh, that's true.
Shane, there was breaking news right before that Shane was going to reveal some WrestleMania announcement to open the show.
As always, we have Level Up Justin on SmackDown duty.
I will do that.
SmackDown watch.
No, I don't. All signs are pointing to. I mean, the most recent rumor is that they're just going to stick Owens and Zayn in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
I hate
that's
that.
what all. I do too. That's bad.
Yeah.
Because they're saying now it could be Ziggler versus Shane at Mania. Right? Does that seem really weird?
Oh, that seems really weird.
Ziggler's never had a singles match at Mania.
That seems really weird.
That's weird. Yeah, he's been around for a long time, and he's a workhorse.
13 years.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, and like this seemed like I'm gonna take Dave's side on this and say this pay-per-view seemed unnecessary.
It did.
Like again, like everything was already planned for Mania. It was going to be AJ Shinsuke no matter what. So we knew that you can throw a 100-pack challenge in there. AJ was going to win that match.
Right.
They're not going to tease AJ Shinsuke and then not give us AJ Shinsuke.
The only thing good about that main event was it was actually a pretty damn good match.
Oh sure,
it was actually a pretty good match. Other than the fact that we knew the outcome, it was a good match to watch.
You got a ring full of fantastic workers.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I'm counting Baron Corbin in that. I like Baron Corbin's work in the ring. Okay.
I like Baron Corbin.
I do. And that's kind of Fastlane.
What? Bray Wyatt's gonna face the? I didn't watch Raw either, except for the John Cena segment.
Oh my goodness!
So
Raw
Braun
recap.
Strowman is sorry, I'm jumping way ahead. Braun Strowman is gonna face the Bar by himself.
Yes, this is what I messaged you saying. I love this so much.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw it today.
Yeah, we'll get to this. So a quick Raw recap.
I'm into
started off with Roman Reigns coming down, interrupting Kurt Angle, and Angle was saying that Brock Lesnar's not here again.
Gave a very real shoot.
Yeah, and Roman's pissed because he wants to see Brock. So instead, he took the mic, he spoke for a bit, shoved it in Kurt's chest, went back and talked to Vince, and you saw a good tense moment between Roman and Vince at Gorilla, and Vince basically came down to, I assure you that Brock Lesnar will be here next week, and the match will continue at Mania. You have my word. And also, Roman Reigns has been temporarily suspended. So this I don't understand this thinking at all, but there's I think it's a work.
It's trying to make Roman
It's all
a
work.
sympathetic character prior
yeah.
to.
They're trying to do something different to try to, like Dave said, make him sympathetic and make it seem like Roman's the good guy and get cheers for Roman and not for Lesnar.
Sorry,
it's not going to happen.
No.
John Cena tried that during his little segment on Raw too. He said, "Let's go Roman," and the crowd booed him out of the crowd.
It was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
What would you think if that was the first match of the night? Get that one out of the way. Get all the booing out of the way, and then get on to the good stuff.
It'd be weird because the way that Brock's elevated that title, the fact that how prestigious that title has become because it's Brock.
Right.
Like it would feel weird if that was the opening match.
It needs to be like third to the end.
Yeah, I think that's too high on the card. I think third match of the night would be great.
I think they're gonna push it towards the end though.
Yeah, I think there's real debate
AJ
on
Shinsuke towards the end.
No, and AJ Shinsuke should be the main event.
Should be, yes.
But they always push down SmackDown. Anyway.
Well, yeah.
It has Roman Reigns in it.
Have you seen Roman Reigns? You know he's suspended.
Well, it's funny because I was thinking about Dave actually during that segment because he suspended Roman and then he kind of talked down about Roman, which you never hear Vince do. Obviously, it was a work, but it was funny because he was saying how, Roman needs to listen to his family. An old relative of his used to say, know your role and shut your damn mouth. Oh. And I was like, okay, that was pretty cool. Like he had a good little promo there that, it was kind of cool to see those two kind of go at it because we know that Roman's the golden child right now. So, it was just a unique area of the show. Not how I thought that it started off.
We got to an episode of Miz TV with the Miz interviewing both his competitors, Finn Balor and Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
This segment seemed fumbled because everyone just was stumbling over their words and nothing really came of it.
Typical try to turn the two opponents on each other.
Right. It led to a match.
Smile.
It led to a match between Seth and Finn, which was awesome, by the way.
Good match. Very good match. Very unique finish.
Yep. So Seth went for the top rope superplex that he combos into another thing.
Falcon Arrow.
Falcon Arrow. And Finn reversed that small package 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it was actually kind of cool how it made it look like he scouted his opponent. It really did.
Yep. That was cool. So that leads me to, well, again, we're weeks out, so I can't read too much into that because we're still weeks away.
Right.
Let's see. We're going to see. Oh, all right. So the Cena promo was fantastic.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Cena just said, "My path to WrestleMania. I'm going to be in there as a fan. I'll sit by you. I'll sit by you. I'll sit by you." He ran outside, went by who we call Sasquatch, grabbed a drink of his beer, came back in, started "This is awesome" chant. The whole thing was awesome.
Well, now that I think about it, wasn't it a little bit contradictory? It was basically Cena saying, hey, I'm really excited and really happy to come out and watch WrestleMania as a fan. That's an honor to me. Except, will you please have a match with me, Undertaker, so I don't have to sit in the stands and watch WrestleMania?
Well, in a way, but he also did say, you know what? What do I have? He did say, what do I have to lose? I'm not going to WrestleMania as it is, so you know what? I'm calling the Undertaker out. So he's just kind of like, what do I have to lose?
And then you went into like semi heel Cena.
Semi-heel.
Like, get over your ego. Like, when I fail, I get back up and kick ass. When you fail, you hide. It was awesome.
That was cool.
It's a good damn pro.
I think
John Cena is one of the...
If they had cut out the part about him going to watch WrestleMania, as a fan, because like I said, it contradicts itself. But if they had cut that part out, it would have been perfect. But that was my
I loved it. John Cena is up there with Roddy Piper as the best stickman in the history of the business.
Definitely.
So. Yeah.
Definitely.
On a down note, we got the announcement of the Fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal. So basically, it's the Honor the Giant Battle Royal for the women.
And they're gonna put how historic it is. Yeah.
I wish it wasn't a down note. I do. I mean, I wish it wasn't, but it feels a little forced.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's bad because the Honor the Giant one is bad. Like,
Right.
and we're all for like the women getting their chance. Like,
Yeah.
Chamber match, yay. Royal Rumble match, yes. Give them everything. Give them main event and stuff. Give them Hell in a Cell, all that.
I agree.
This seems bad because the source material is bad.
Right. If they they weren't doing, like Justin said, if they weren't doing an Andre the Giant Battle Royal this year, then yeah, it would be perfect. But they are, so now we get 2 Battle Royals.
Yeah.
And this one seems forced.
Yeah.
I didn't mind 2 Royal Rumbles because it just felt more right. This one just seems forced, and it's also like Jeff said, the source material is just not good. It's bad because what have they done with the Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner?
Nothing.
Right.
So
and
so one of you women are gonna win it, and then what?
Right, and then the women's Royal Rumble, they didn't really have the depth of roster to have a 30 girl Royal Rumble. So how are you going to do the Battle Royal? Are you going to have all these old timers come back? Or
just 15, yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine it's 15 or 20, and there'll be maybe a couple extra NXT people and not as many legends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just give it to Peyton Royce. Done. Done.
That would be fine. I think they should have spread this stuff out over they should have done year build-up. So this year was the first women's Royal Rumble, and you can make that truly historic and ride off of that for the next year. And then next year could have been, all right, we've got the women's Royal Rumble now, you're used to that, but this year we're going to have the first ever women's Elimination Chamber.
Sure.
Now we're carrying on the wave of history. And then the year after that, we could have gone into the women's Fabulous Moolah Battle Royale. So I think they're rushing their historic stuff too much.
Yes.
I think. Not that I don't want to see more women involved or women succeed or women get chances.
No, not at all.
That's not what I'm saying. I just feel that the build could be better, personally.
I agree.
And that would benefit WWE, and that would benefit the fans, and more importantly, that would benefit the ladies who are involved. So
sure.
What do I know?
More women's matches as Asuka beat Mickie James.
Yep.
And Nia Jax won a squash match. That was fantastic.
So
and then
let me get to that real quick. I came in and saw like a couple seconds where she was like screaming in the back and throwing stuff around. I was like, does not make you look good, Nia.
No,
here's what happened.
It actually wasn't. Even after he tells you this, it doesn't make her look good. They didn't. It was not as well done as it should have been.
No, but I like where they're going with this, though.
I do too.
So after the Asuka Mickie James match, because Mickie James and Alexa Bliss are BFFs right now.
Right.
Alexa came back to Nia because they're also BFFs, or let's say they were, and just said, "Hey, when you failed, I was there to pick you back up, and I was there for you because I love you." And they're being kind of basically backhand compliments to Nia.
Right.
But still, they were okay. So Nia did the squash match. And then they cut to Alexa and Mickie James in the back talking shit about Nia. Like, not knowing the camera was on because, we scheduled for an interview and Charlie Caruso's late. Well, the boom mic is on and the camera's on. So unknowingly, they're
talking shit.
This is real old school wrestling stuff here.
Yeah. Right. GTV.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, they were just sitting there talking shit about Nia and how Alexa's using Nia. Well, of course, Nia heard and saw this, so she was on the rampage and just screams, "What a shit!" and just throw. I like the scream I can do without the throwing of stuff. I'm okay with, because she's like the Braun Strowman of women, and I'm okay with that.
Well, just her going into a tizzy, not good.
It seemed
not a good.
It seemed more like she was throwing a tissy and less like the monster among women.
Right.
Sure, but,
she is supposed to be, like Justin said, the monster among women. She's not supposed to get affected by, this little twerp Alexa's using me, blah, blah, blah. No, she's supposed to smirk a little bit, go out in the ring, and squash Alexa. That's
Right.
what she's supposed to do.
I think what they're doing is now they're turning Nia face, making her more human, because there's a good close up of her
That
like
doesn't
wiping
work.
away. No, wait a minute, let me finish. And you see like she very hurtful things to her, and you can see like she's wiping away a tear before she turns into monster mode.
Boom. Boom.
I did.
Boom.
I like that.
Okay. That one moment though, what you're referencing, where she's walking back up the ramp and she wipes the tear, and then you could see the metamorphosis, like she lifted her head and that's when she turned to a monster. I did like that part.
That's character development.
Because that's where
she
lifted.
I like that.
She lifted her head, and then all of a sudden you've seen that change to Monster Among Women, but she hasn't got. It's coming. It's coming.
And the crowd cheered her on.
You don't go showing your badasses crying. You don't do that. Your badasses are supposed to let it roll off and let their fists do the retribution for them.
Fine. This is the moment that she turns complete badass. So this is the moment that she realizes, okay, shit's over, time to go. And I like that. The change in her mind of, I'm human, okay, this is my moment to become the badass. And then now she is the badass going forward. I like this.
I disagree, because all the image that I'm going to have is Nia screaming in the back. That's it.
That's because you tuned in at the wrong time.
Well, and it could also be dependent on a little bit on what they do going forward too.
Sure. Yeah.
You know.
I don't know.
Look,
I don't think it's a good move.
If Nia, because we're leading to Nia versus Alexa at Mania, or perhaps Triple Threat if they piss off Mickey as well. But either way, I think Nia Jax leads Mania as champion.
Yeah,
I don't disagree with that.
Well, I don't care about Ronda Rousey, so up your.
But she's over though. She's more over right now.
I didn't
like
stand
she's
you up.
Getting more cheers.
Shut up.
She's getting more cheers than she was. So.
Yeah, people are behind her. I like it. I like Nia Jax. I've been a big fan of her since since I first saw her in NXT.
You know why that is, Justin? It's because we live in a soft society.
Tell me how you really feel.
Everybody's too soft. Oh, they like their women who can cry now, huh?
I'm still behind Alexa.
It shows character.
I think Nia wins, but Alexa's still my boo. I hope she pulls it off.
You know what?
Alexa's fantastic.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it. Alexa's walking out with the title.
Okay.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Hey, it'll be a good match either way. So, we get a preview of next week's Ultimate Deletion as we get a tour of the Hardy compound and Rebecca and Maxile and Wolfgang and Senor Benjamin and Vanguard 1. Awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Doing it now, though?
That's next week.
I think that's going to continue on through WrestleMania.
Okay.
It'll be hard to do that now at Mania.
Bray comes out the winner, and then it continues on.
I like right after they showed that vignette, they cut to Kurt, and here's Angle,
Yeah.
Angle in the back saying, "I knew Bray was crazy, but what the heck happened to Matt?"
Yeah.
it was awesome.
That was funny.
And then he talked to I forget the referee's name now, but he just said, "I need you to go be the referee for this." And the referee goes, "Did I do something wrong?"
That was
it was pretty good. It was a good moment. So
I like how they did focus a little bit on, removing Sister Abigail from Bray's vessel.
Yep.
So we'll see if that goes anywhere. If they do anything with the Sister Abigail like character at all.
And a lot of people are saying that when Bray does a promo, he rambles. But this promo I like because it was short, it was sweet, it was to the point. And I love his delivery, and I love when he just says "run." I love that. It's just so cool. So
Yeah.
I'm still on the Bray wagon, even though I know that they're just wasting him.
You know why you're on the Bray wagon? Because he didn't cry.
Finally, we get to... I'm sorry that as an actor, I appreciate character development.
I'm an actor as well, but
I know this.
I'm also a wrestling fan.
I know this as well. I like some acting in my wrestling, okay? I'm sorry. It's a soap opera, goddammit.
The male soap opera.
All right, so we got a tag team battle royal, over the top rope battle royal to close the show to decide who will face the Bar at WrestleMania. It was the Club, it was the Miztourage, it was the Revival, it was Slater and Rhino, and Titus Worldwide.
I really thought for a brief moment the Revival was going to win it.
I thought so too. So here's what happened. Braun Strowman's music hit. So I immediately get that Finn Balor grin on my face. Because I'm like, oh, here comes Braun. This is going to be good. And I was not wrong. So Braun comes to the ring. Everyone is very confused. Oh, the Bar's doing commentary, by the way, during this match.
Yes.
So Braun comes to the ring. He stares at everyone, yells at the ref, ring the bell! So he does. Braun immediately takes Apollo over the top rope, so Apollo Crews is out. And look, it was Braun Strowman won. Braun eliminated pretty much everybody almost everybody from the match.
Yeah.
So there's the glaring shot of, so is Braun now taking on the Bar for the Raw tag titles at Mania? There's a good picture of Sheamus taking the glasses off and going, I love this so much, because if it's Braun versus the Bar handicap for the tag and Braun walks out as tag champion, I'm so in love with this.
I do like it. It's a way to get Braun involved in the show.
Yes.
Finally, which took long enough, but something tells me deep down that him and Elias are going to get together for these tag titles.
Braun and Elias versus... Oh, if Braun and Elias walk out as tag... That makes me even doubly happy.
No, I want Braun to single-handedly hold the tag
titles.
I do
too.
I do
want
too.
This so bad.
That would be cool.
I think it would be the best decision to have it just be just Braun and win by himself.
Because that's the monster moment. Now I'm back on the wagon of this is what I want out of wrestling is Braun Strowman. I want him on my screen 24/7. Oh my God! I went back and watched the Symphony of Destruction thing, and I watched him play the giant cello and sing, and it made me so happy. I love wrestling because of him.
Real easy way to do that. Get a Braun Strowman screensaver.
God, I put that GIF on my stream, so now before I go live, it's just replaying the Braun GIF over and over again. It's fantastic. I'm so happy. Braun Strowman is the best thing in wrestling. Everybody, shut up. All right.
I won't.
Oh,
I won't.
Let's I know. I might float this out here. So real quick sidebar. Bullet Club's All In is September 1st in Chicago. Just saying, we might want to try to attend that show.
Oh, well, yeah.
Just saying, it's not too far from us. It's about 6 hours to our east, and it's the Big Bullet Club ROH. Like, what talent they're going to have there? What if CM Punk shows up? Just saying.
He won't. He's
just
done.
saying. But still, we would see the Bullet Club at their 10,000 seat arena, help sell it out. I wouldn't mind go seeing that. Last bit of wrestling news before we get to the long list of video game stuff. Unless you guys need anything else before I get to the Hall of Fame stuff.
No, I'm good skipping past the Hall of Fame stuff.
Okay, look, real quick sidebar. Kid Rock is your celebrity inductee because he's playing. I'm fine with this just because he played Undertaker's music. And people were saying, what about Fred Durst? I don't think Fred Durst gets in because he flipped off the camera.
Wow, and Kid Rock's done music for WWE, including this year's WrestleMania theme for off and on for 20 years. So
it's topical.
Plus, Kid Rock is infinitely cooler and infinitely a better person than freaking Fred Durst. So
Durst.
Fred Durst.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I guess I'm fine. So we have our full slate of inductees.
Yes, we do. Yay!
We got Goldberg as the headliner. We got Jeff Jarrett as my personal highlight just because I always want to see what his speech is about. We get Ivory. We get the Dudley Boys. We get what's his name? Jarius Anderson. Am I forgetting his?
Yeah, the Warrior.
Robinson. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hillbilly Jim, my personal highlight.
Hillbilly Jim, and then we get Kid Rock. So there's your 2018 inductee class.
Yeah, it's an alright class.
Yeah.
Not the best.
Yeah.
Tis a fine class.
It is.
It's Jeff Jarrett's my kind of shock value. Like, really? They're letting him? Okay, I want to watch this. So,
little do we know, Vince is gonna cold cock him when he walks in.
That would be great.
Walk him out of the building. Yeah, sure. Fellas, video games. Let's switch. So this is now the Nerd Bacon Level Up Lariat podcast, the official Nerd Bacon podcast. video game section, and boy, there was some news that came out last week. Let's start with the bright red Switch machine that is Nintendo. They had a Nintendo Direct last Thursday, and despite all of us saying otherwise, it was about Smash. Not specifically, but they teased the new Smash Brothers.
Whoosh!
Yeah.
All three of us said it won't be Smash. Oh no, it won't be Smash.
The thing is, we talked a little bit off camera about it a couple times, and we were just like, no, really shouldn't. And I think we briefly talked maybe like the week before because it was the 1 year anniversary.
Yep.
And we were like, it would be a good time for a Smash Brothers reveal because it's the 1 year anniversary, and then the September is the online thing, and we're like, nah, I wouldn't be this week.
Right, we're smart when the cameras aren't rolling.
Damn it when it comes on. It came out, but damn it, weren't we happy?
I didn't want to get my hopes up and have them dashed, but.
And here's from.
Oh, you mean like E3?
Yes.
From what I'm seeing, this seems like a brand new entry into the series because it's Smash Brothers working title. It will have the Inklings from Splatoon, the Ink Boy and Ink Girl, and Breath of the Wild Link. Now, unless this is just like a new DLC pack for a Smash Deluxe, but either way, it's coming out later this year.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, the current speculation on the internet is that it is a brand new Smash. God only knows what characters we're going to get. Although they had the silhouette, which has been blown up, and I think we've got a pretty good indication of what the base roster is going to be. We got Mario, Breath of the Wild version of Link, Samus, of course, Donkey Kong, Koopa Troopa, which is kind of surprising, and all the others that you would expect.
I mean, yeah, you can expect Fox and Kirby and Jigglypuff and Pikachu. I mean, that Captain Falcon, that stuff will be there,
And I think that image that looked like it was Koopa Troop is probably actually Yoshi.
Oh, that could be, yeah.
But like, I'm looking. I actually pulled this up. I was screen sharing with Dave when Jeff hopped on. But
hi.
They reversed it, so instead of it, they could kind of get the color and put the white background behind them, and it looks like, and I'm looking at it now, you got Yoshi, Pit, Donkey Kong, Peach, Ness, Marth, Mario, you got your Breath of the Wild Link. This looks like Sheik. Pikachu, there's a little bit of a ball here. I'm going to go with Kirby. Then you got Samus, Zelda, but we don't know if that's still going with like Twilight Princess Zelda or what Zelda it is.
I hope it's Breath of the Wild Zelda.
I do
that'd
too.
Be a good guess.
I love that character design.
I do
so much.
Bowser is the most obvious besides Mario and Link. Star Fox, Fox from Star Fox. Then you got what looks to be Ganondorf. A lot of people hoping that they use a different version of him as well. The Hyrule Warriors version especially I've been hearing a lot of.
Sure.
And then Wario on the end.
So at what point were you like, this is definitely Smash? Was it as soon as the Splatoon people were coming and running around in the circle?
I got, no pun intended, I got an inkling.
Oh boy! Thank you for watching the Little Lair podcast.
All the puns intended. Come on.
I got an inkling, but you know what? Even then, like when they first showed them like diving into the ink and sliding around and shooting at each other, I didn't really think that it was Smash until the screen went black. Then I'm like, okay, this isn't just Splatoon.
Yeah, this is
something.
This
else.
is it.
Yeah. So yeah, when I'm looking forward to it because you said that the team behind Melee, or at least the mind behind Melee, is now behind this one. So imagine that they're listening to us and making this new Smash game more like Melee and less like 4.
So yeah, I mean, I did a lot of research on this for hopefully more articles and whatnot, and doing more work with Nerd Bacon. But I mean, it's the logo, the way it popped up on the screen is the exact same way it did for Melee and Brawl.
Oh, really?
It's the logo is also it's reminiscent of the Wii U version, but if you look, it's more similar in the design of the other two versions. It does say HAL Laboratories when it comes up, and that's who's designing, or that's who's developing the game now. Bandai Namco is no longer doing this one. That's what makes me think it's a new game.
And Doc Croc says Melee 2. Wouldn't it be insane if that was what it is? It comes out Super Smash Brothers Melee 2.
I don't think it's Melee 2. But it will. I think she's right. It will have some sort of like Smash Brothers Blitz or some crap like that. Like it'll have a name or something.
But I think it'll play more like Melee than
I do too
than past games. So if if it were called Melee 2, the internet would actually break.
Yes, it would.
Look, I'm looking forward to this. The thing that I can't get over, it's coming out this year. So we're gonna see more stuff. We need to get a release date here soon, whether it's E3 or Evo.
E3.
Evo's gonna be the character, kind of some character reveals. So E3 will give us a release time. Evo will be character focused.
Evo, we're gonna have probably demo units up.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
And you got to go back to from when
been Red Dead 3.
That will be the game that people will trample us over to go play.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're gonna get there early.
Freaking Soul Calibur.
Well, and the thing is with this game, if it is a brand new game, because we could do a whole freaking separate stream about Smash by itself. As much info there is that it's come out, we could literally do that. But Sakurai himself has been working on this game since, from what the reports are coming out, is he's been working on this game since the DLC finished for the Wii U version.
Wow.
So that's roughly 2 years.
Okay.
That's roughly 2 years. He has said he's rejuvenated and ready to come back and do this. And the thing is that this would be the shortest release date between the last Smash and this one.
So even they knew. Force crap.
It makes sense.
Well,
a lot of people.
I'm not saying. I'm just giving you shit.
You just said that.
It's called sarcasm.
So, like, for
not
example,
sure why I did my impression there of Trump. It's called sarcasm.
It's called sarcasm. It's beautiful. It made America great.
Hashtag fake sarcasm.
Fake. No, I mean, and you got to think too with all the
swag.
Oh boy, that just happened. But with all the news that's coming out about Smash Brothers, you got to think this is a real game. And here's my last.
It exists.
I mean, a real, like, it's got to be.
Did you just say it's got to be a real game?
Like a new
counterpoint.
Game.
It doesn't have to be a real game.
It's got to be a new one. It can't be a port because all the other ports have been announced immediately. If they come out and they just show this and then go to a port after the reaction that like people are giving this game, especially like look at the video from the New York Nintendo store. I know Dave,
God.
We were talking about that. But the thing is
real game.
The thing is this has to be a new entry.
That's part of the review. It's got a back of the box. It's got to be a real game.
Got to be a real game.
Oh my goodness. That's right. That's gold. But
so
Justin,
when I write my review,
that's a great point. After that little tease and then all the hype and everything, I think you're absolutely right. It has to be a new game at this point. They can't
because if they come out and say it's a port,
right?
If it's a Super Smash Brothers for the Switch, okay, and it's 4.5. Okay, so you're getting all the characters plus a few extra, like Crash Bandicoot, for example.
I'd be fine with that.
Okay, that's probably gonna be fine. Maybe they updated it, whatever. But you also have a completely different like group working on it with HAL Laboratories. Sakurai's involved in this one. He wasn't involved in the last one. All signs are pointing at a new one. You got a whole new Link in this one. So
a whole new Link.
I just think if it was going to be a port, they would have said it.
Exactly. That's my point.
You don't wait this long and then say it's actually the same thing.
Right.
Don't get your hopes up. They wouldn't do that.
All the other ports they said it right away. Captain Toad. Here's coming from the from the Wii U to the Nintendo Switch.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
They say it right away. They don't tease something and go away.
This is Smash 5. So the big question is, gentlemen, is this the game that will finally unite the Smash community? The progressive players who go along with each new Smash iteration versus the Melee fundamentalists. Who will this unite the two camps finally?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow, that's
yes.
I'm
going bold.
Oh man, I think you
I think so.
underestimate the radicalism of the Melee fundamentalists.
I do
I
too,
did
but
once. I'll never do it again.
maybe I should take a sign to Evo and say, can't we all be friends?
Don't hurt me.
And have a picture of Smash 4 and a picture of Melee.
I think for the first year, yes. I think as far as like that initial year, that initial like that next Evo is going to be what determines it. Like they'll probably say, okay, we're going to do 4 and 5 at Evo 2019. If it's shit on, they're going to come back to Melee 1. I think they're going to be a full year, and that will determine if this is the game.
Unless it fractures the community even further, and then we have to have 3 Smash games at
Jesus.
Right.
Well, and I think this is Nintendo's answer to when they finally had representatives go and watch and go check out Evo in person. This is their answer to, okay, we have 2 games. How can we get the fanatical, like you said, radicalism that is Melee and capture that and move it into the future?
It's a big question mark, and I think it remains to be seen. And,
I do too. But
I've talked about my prediction was that Smash, whatever form Smash takes, it's going to have some sort of tournament mode to it.
Yes.
I was in a discussion with Leaky Panda of all groups, one of the new leakers on the block, talking about Smash. And whether
it's a horrible boy band name.
Melee is a whether the Melee engine was a feature or a glitch, and talking about how the new Smash game needs to find a way to bridge that gap and unite everybody under the same banner and get those 2 camps together.
Right.
Where we left off, and it wasn't like a heated debate or anything. It was a nice discussion. I don't think that they understand quite the fanaticism of the Melee camps, because it left off with them saying that Melee players were kind of a dying breed, which, okay, that logically, I think that's a logical thing to say.
Yes.
But then Mr. Wizard from Evo tweets out just a little bit ago today the Evo 2018 leaderboard as far as people who have registered.
Okay.
And Smash Melee is actually leading over Smash Brothers for the Wii U. So,
wow,
it's a big thing. They're at number 4 and 5, respectively. Number 1 is Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition. Number 3, surprisingly, Tekken 7.
Yes, it is.
Then you've got your 2 Smash games. And then BlazBlue Tag Battle, which isn't even out yet, leading over Guilty Gear Rev 2. And then Injustice 2 at number 8. So...
Doc Croc says that's like Double Dash players. You know what? I get that reference there because I love Double Dash. But man, the people that hark on me because they think that one's the best, go sit in the corner.
Let's be loving. I
love them.
I don't want to crap on Melee players. I don't want to crap on Smash for Wii U players. I just want
not at all.
I just want Nintendo to be able to find a solution to get together. And I don't know, I've predicted tournament mode. I'm kind of championing tournament mode because that way we can have the best of both worlds. Right. Although it is cumbersome to have 2 versions of the same engine running on your game. That's probably going to be very, very unlikely to happen.
And the thing is I think it's going to play faster than the Smash 4 did, of course. I think there's going to be some big changes. You got to think there's got to be some kind of change going into a new generation of Smash. And I've heard everything from getting rid of Final Smash to including Final Smash as like a meter, kind of like the EX meter or something in other fighting games. Cool. Yeah, and I'd be okay with that. So I think it's just listening to people that are in the fighting game community and them talk about why Melee is still so popular and how it is so responsive and plays so quickly and all this different stuff. I'm fine with all that. But if they could get that and it look as good as, say, Smash 4 did, then I don't know.
Doc Crow,
what do they need? What do they need?
Yeah.
What would be the number one thing to pull them from Melee?
I think it just needs to play a little bit faster. It's hard for me to say because I'm no Smash expert and I'm certainly no Melee expert. I think Mighty Miguel would be a good person to have on and talk a little bit more about that, because we've kind of gone in debates as well, and he's of the opinion that really there's nothing Nintendo can do at this point that's going to get people away from Melee. They will always be playing Melee.
Yeah.
And I find that
Everything good comes to an end.
Exactly. I find it sad in a way, because we were debating about, is there a need to have multiple versions of Smash in every tournament? And I don't think that there is. I think Melee players need to just move on. It's over. I like Street Fighter 4 probably a little bit better than Street Fighter 5, but you know what? I moved on. I have to move on if you're gonna play.
I like Street Fighter 2 a whole lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I
was want that on stage at Evo.
When I was in town just this past weekend, I was looking for Melee at like JC and Hobby and stuff, just to see if they had a copy and see how much it was worth, because I have a GameCube and I'd love to play it, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I need to play this in a tournament setting. If they release Smash 5 or whatever this is going to be called, and it plays quicker and smoother and has something new, I'd love to try to play it competitively. That'd be awesome. But like I said, what is missing? What do the Melee players need? And I'd be interested to talk to a Melee pro, you know what I mean, and just reach out and say, what would you do to move? What would make you move on?
Yeah.
I think we might get some answers come around E3 once we get a release window, maybe some gameplay footage. Maybe we'll get a peek into their mind as far as what they think of the new game. So
we know what Nintendo's E3 is going to be built around this year. So Hey, speaking of moving on, let's move on, and hit on just a few other highlights of this Nintendo Direct a little bit, because we're already closing in on 1 hour. For me, highlights of this one were the No More Heroes Travis Strikes Back reveal, because that's going to be a pretty interesting game.
Yep.
Great series.
Okami HD coming to the Switch.
That's right.
And that's cool because it's going to have touchscreen support plus Wiimote support. So that's pretty neat. I might double dip on that one. Hopefully the price won't be too much higher than the PS4 and Xbox One versions, which are clocking in at about $19.99 right now. So I know cards are a little bit more expensive, so probably $29.99.
Get that on PC. I need to get that on PC.
What else? Splatoon 2 is going up to version 3.0 with 100 new costumes, and then we're going to get their first paid DLC, a whole new single-player mode.
Yeah.
And they describe this as the year of the Octolings. So we're going to have Octoling characters now as playable characters within Splatoon, so that's going to completely change the game.
Big update for a great game. And more maps as well for multiplayer, I believe, as well.
That's correct. 3 more new maps. Doc Croc pointed out South Park, The Fractured But Whole, coming to Nintendo Switch, which was leaked out ahead of time. What else? What else was cool?
Are those Splatoon maps free, by the way?
Oh,
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I think the only thing that's paid is the single player DLC.
Correct.
Sweet, I'm in.
So Lauren and I rejoice. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Yep, they're porting over Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, so hopefully that is portending
with new stuff.
A sequel in the pipeline.
That's a game I missed on Wii U, and so I'm looking forward to picking that up on Switch, because that's just one that I just didn't care on Wii U at that point. So
good.
I know. But at a certain point, I just I give up on Wii U.
I would have skipped it if it weren't for Lauren.
So. There were some really good games on the Wii U, just bad platform.
And I'm playing them now on the Switch. That's how it works.
Yep.
They're on a better console.
That's a smart strategy. I mean,
it's working.
Yeah. It's getting a lot more people to play those games that didn't before.
Right.
Highlight for me is the new WarioWare on 3DS. WarioWare is an awesome series. So putting that stuff on 3DS, I'm all in on. See what else? Big Detective Pikachu. Did they talk about that at all?
Yes, they did.
They did talk about that.
It looks horrific.
Okay, great.
The only other highlight for me, and I don't have a 3DS, and I don't really need it, but I think it's cool that they're at least revisiting it, is Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, yes.
The original.
That is quite cool.
Yeah, it definitely makes me want to play the GameCube version.
So there already is a sequel to the Mansion on 3DS, and now the original is going on the 3DS.
Updated on the 3DS, yes.
Right. The other highlight, they spent a good deal of time talking about what will be their game for summer, Mario Tennis.
Oh, okay.
And
Yep.
I think it's looking pretty good, actually.
I do too,
I came
actually.
away a lot more intrigued than I was when they announced it at the mini direct.
It
Right.
looks really fun.
So if hopefully it's not just a port of the Wii U version. I don't think it is, but
No, it's an
the Mario
all-new
Tennis.
game.
The all-new game.
Because the Wii U one was trash.
Right. This is
It
all
was just so light on content, and there was no online, no nothing. So hopefully this is actually a proper, and hopefully this leads to more Mario sports games, like bring back Super Strikers, bring back Superstar Baseball, give me a full-on dodgeball game. Give me a hockey game. Like, come on, like let's go full Mario sports here.
Well, a Mario hockey game would be sweet.
That'd be cool.
Then
They've never
put
done
one in like the Mario Sports Mix. I think they put something like that Mario Sports Mix for the DS, I believe, or the Wii. The Wii had a sports mix.
Mario curling.
I never played the Mario baseball game. I was really intrigued by it, but I never got a chance to play it.
It was pretty good.
I played it on the Wii. Yeah, I really liked that one.
Pretty good.
What else was it? Oh, they're going to do, speaking of Mario Tennis, they are, prior to the game's release, they're going to do, like they did with ARMS, they're going to have like a test fire tournament event.
Yes.
So you'll be able to participate in that for free and get a taste of Mario Tennis. So
cool.
Yeah.
It actually looks like a lot of fun. It looks like a game that I would like to sit down and play with one of you two guys, or if we had Lauren or a fourth involved and play doubles. It actually looks really fun. I think they also said there is single player content, like story mode of some sort as well.
It better be.
Yes.
Boy, those I think the GBA tennis and golf games had like a full-on RPG story, and those were awesome. So if you give me something like that in these, oh man.
Yeah.
And they won't, but.
Mario Extreme Beach Volleyball.
Oh yeah.
The last game that I can think of they spent.
Look at the nipples bounce.
The last game I can think of they spent quite a good time on was Octopath Traveler.
Yeah.
It was. I played a little bit of the demo. I didn't play too much. It's a pretty lengthy demo, but if you're into those type of games and the JRPGs, and it actually looks like it might be a lot of fun. So they stuck with Octopath Traveler for the name, not just Project Out.
That's cool.
They're sticking with that.
Now, if I remember right, this is the team that made Bravely Default, correct?
I believe so.
Okay. So it looks very Bravely Default. Like, I could be wrong.
Bravely Default was evokes, a cool game. What I played.
Yeah, and Bravely Second was pretty good too, from what I heard. I never
seen anything on that.
I didn't play those games, but yeah, big Nintendo Direct. Lots of news for Nintendo Direct. I'm happy. That's a good show.
Yeah,
it was a pretty good show. Plus Smash was a really good end. Show. How could you be?
Tried to throw us the curveball there with going from Splatoon to showing the Inklings or whatever diving around.
Man, every time I see Splatoon 2 stuff, I want to get back into Splatoon 2. Like, that game is so much fun.
Exactly. Okay, so if it turned out, what if we lived in an alternate reality and that Splatoon 2 bit at the end didn't turn out to be a Smash teaser, but it was actually for a Splatoon movie? Would you still feel hyped about the Nintendo Direct?
Yeah, not as hyped, but hyped. Yeah,
yeah. I would. I would go from like a 10 to a like an 8. Yeah. Like I go down a little bit because like that did it. Smash put it. I mean, you saw, like I said, we saw the reaction. That's how I was reacting at work, but I couldn't let it out because I'm at work.
Right.
But and to see that just put it over the top. But yeah, it was a pretty good Direct. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit.
It was adequate. It wasn't like it wasn't bombshelly except for Smash.
Oh, they've had better for sure, but
right, yeah,
for the little build-up there was, and for our low expectations, it was damn good. And
they did fill in some of the months for release dates too. So if you pull up like whatever release dates, it kind of fills in what's going into fall.
Surprisingly absent from Nintendo Direct was that Yoshi game. Where the hell is Yoshi?
Yeah, he's as long as that day's gone. He's just pushed back until maybe never.
All right.
Other game announcements, fellas. We got the leak was correct, and the next Call of Duty is indeed Black Ops 4. I don't like the logo because it's 4-1. It's not Roman numerals. It is
that discussion is funny. It looks like they took the Dead Space. I can't remember the name of the main guy in Dead Space, but took his helmet and turned it sideways or whatever it was.
So it's Call of Duty Black Ops I.
It's Roman
Just-
numerals for people who never learned how to read
Roman numerals.
It's tally marks. It's tally marks is what it is.
I like how you put that. That's a good way to put it.
Can I go on just a quick divergence story here?
The floor is yours.
All right.
Floors.
So when I was working at a video game store back in the 2000s, the early 2000s, which I'm sure anybody can guess what video game store I was working on. So Final Fantasy IX was out.
Okay.
And it was in the morning. I had opened the store. My part-timer hadn't come in yet, so it's just me, and I'm doing my busy work, making sure everything's stocked, blah, blah, blah. And this older guy comes in with with a younger guy, kind of a younger kid or whatever, and they're looking at the games, and they look at Final Fantasy IX, and the older guy's like, "What's this Final Fantasy IX?" I'm just like, all right, well, I don't know how to approach this without sounding like a complete brick, but I was like, well, that's actually Final Fantasy IX. It's like, really? That's a 9? He was confused about the I and X being a 9.
Right.
And I tried to put away my sarcasm and politely explain, well, yes, that's a 9. They're actually they title it in Roman numerals, so IX would be 9. And his reply was, really? Yes, yes, really. And then here's the kicker. His reply after that was when I couldn't hold my sarcasm any longer. He's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. He says, since when? And I'm like, since Roman times. Anyway.
They've been using this for at least 9 games.
Yes.
Yeah, at least since the second one.
It's Roman numerals. How long have they been using that?
Right.
2,000 years at least, brother.
He might be meaning how long has Final Fantasy been using that.
Ah.
Not necessarily human beings.
because I explained to him that it was Roman numerals, and that's why it was
Right.
IX. So anyway,
Well.
that's my story.
Anyway.
Oh,
All
man,
right.
Dave, completely.
So Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is announced. It's coming out this year. Do you guys care?
No.
Great.
It's cool for
I
Call of
thought
Duty.
World War II is actually pretty good. It's enjoyable. But I've fallen out of Call of Duty since like Modern Warfare 2.
Right.
Word on the street says that Battlefield actually is going to go to World War II.
Yeah, the next Battlefield is going to World War II. So
that's what I think that is accurate.
Just cool because Battlefield 1 was awesome.
Right.
That's what I hear. But
all right.
I might be interested because I did like Black Ops 3. I did play Black Ops 3. The campaign wasn't actually bad. This is actually a pretty popular of the series. The Black Ops series is pretty popular. So I might dip in on this one, but I'm not interested. Like, I'm not going to go out there and try to like play online a bunch or anything. It's not for me.
I'll definitely check it out because I do still play Call of Duty online because it's still kind of fun just to see if I still got it. And I still got it on some matches. But
Sure.
some, nope. But some I'm like, yeah, I'm not, I got it.
Yeah.
I was playing some Destiny Iron Banner stuff over the week because that's happening for right now. And I'm like, I still first match, I'm like, I fucking kick ass. So I'm like, all right, I got this shit.
Shunned. I shunned that game.
I know you do.
Do you guys think because everyone was pointing at leaker Marcus Sellers and laughing and saying, oh, well, where's your Switch version? Because he not only had accurately said that the next Call of Duty game was going to be Black Ops 4, but he also said that there's going to be a Switch version. And, of course, no Switch version mentioned in the Black Ops 4 reveal video, and no Switch version mentioned on the Nintendo Direct, so everyone's pointing and laughing. Do you think that there is going to be a Switch version, or do you think he was just wrong on that?
I think so. I think so.
There is, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they'll wait until like an E3.
Exactly.
I think so.
Exactly.
So.
Or this
actual reveal event, right?
Yeah, the reveal event in May.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just there's no need to say whether it's on Switch right now. They could have not even said any platforms. Just said Black Ops 4 reveal events in May. Done. They didn't have to say anything.
Right.
It's a big game for the best selling console on the market right now. You don't have to do that right now. You can hold some suspense and say, hey, this is a big deal. Let's wait for a big deal to announce the big deal.
If I'm Microsoft, I actually would probably say, hey, can we hold off on announcing the Switch version? Because They got that little switchy guy nipping at their heels as far as the number 2 console.
I will say this though: if you're gonna get the Switch version, you better expand your gigabytes on the SD card.
Exactly.
So there's been a pretty good deal on Amazon for like I think it's like 64 gig for like $40. I think I want to say. So there's some good SD card deals happening right now.
I've seen for like I want to say $25 at Fry's.
Well, that's fine. There's deals happening all the time on SD cards, people. That's the point, is upgrade your gigabyte space on your Switch. Yeah. God damn it. All right.
Yeah. I think Call of Duty Black, just a real quick,
sure,
probably not going to happen prediction. I think Call of Duty, like there's, we talked all about like exclusivity and like first coming to like the PlayStation 4, first coming to Xbox. I think this game goes back to Microsoft. I do.
Okay.
I don't care one way or the other.
Not that it matters. No, I mean, not that I care one way or the others, but I think Dave had the reason that reminded me of that, because Dave said if you were Microsoft, you'd wanted to hold off on the Switch announcement. Sure. And I that would make a little sense.
They'll definitely make a play at it. I think they'd be dumb to not at least try. So
Microsoft's going to be trying to make some crazy plays this year.
They're are.
I think they're going to have a crazy E3.
I think so too.
Another game that got announced recently, which is a write-up over at Bacon.com by one Jeff Roth. Oh, that's me! Guys, The Division 2 got officially announced by Ubisoft on a live stream, saying they didn't want to just expand the current world, but want to do a full-on sequel. No consoles are announced yet, no details as far as a release window, but Division 2, I'm excited.
I am too, actually, quite a bit.
I have heard good things. I never jumped. I actually have a version of The Division, I think on the Xbox One. I've never installed it. It is like 8 teraflops. Yes! Yeah, I've heard good things about The Division. I know Mighty McGill was really into The Division. He plays it a lot on PC, and he was pretty happy that Division 2 got announced. So
yeah, once that announcement happened, I jumped back on stream and on PC and played for like 8 straight hours. And I'm like, oh yeah, this game's pretty good, huh? So I the more I play that, and the more they're talking, like the more they say, hey, we're gonna take what worked, fix what was broken in the first one. Let's make a full-on sequel. Take the stuff that people like, put it here. Didn't like, put it away. Like they're listening to the community and listening to what makes this game actually good. So
and from everything I had, the everything that I've seen or read or heard is that they, with all the updates in the Division 1 over the last couple years, it's actually a lot better than if you adopted the game, obviously, day one.
Right.
Which, obviously, I was one of those that did. And then I was bummed to find out that when I came home the night of the reveal, I came home from work, and I thought I had a copy, and I don't. So I may have to reinvest. I want to see how good it looks on the Xbox One X with the update that's coming as well.
Just borrow my copy, dude.
I could probably do that.
Yeah, I've never.
But I may jump in. I really might jump in. I mean, I enjoyed the Division quite a bit.
It's a good game. And yeah, Xbox One X enhanced patch coming next month. So
interesting thing about Ubisoft, they had said that there were 2 AAA games that had not been announced yet. So
after this,
before this, so Division 2 just got announced. That would be one. And then some sharp-eyed viewer on Reset Era caught a listing on Canada's Amazon site for Splinter Cell 2018.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so I think
I'm cool with that.
Is happening.
Here's the thing. It was funny because I was going through kind of my old Xbox games, kind of getting them out of the bags and put them at least out where I can see them. Sure. And I found all 3 Splinter Cell games. I'm like, I had a good time with these. This would be a great year for Splinter Cell to come back, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like in my head, I'm like, it'd be a good year for either a Splinter Cell or a Siphon Filter. So I'm like, which one would come out? And then Dave said, oh yeah, that's Splinter Cell. Oh, okay, great.
Yep.
So it's like I was just thinking of that recently.
We need something to fill our hearts from the Metal Gear void.
Yeah, we do, because Death Stranding is not Metal Gear.
Right. And it doesn't need to be Metal Gear.
No, it doesn't.
That's fine.
So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very interested to see what Splinter Cell 2018 can become. Hopefully, they take that to the online mode that people love so much and make it good.
Spies versus Mercs.
Yes, dude. Oh man. Oh, coming to Switch.
That would be pretty fun. That would be pretty fun.
Coming to the Switch.
exclusive on the Switch.
Speaking
that was a title when I used to listen to another Xbox podcast. that was talking about games they wish would come as like Microsoft would try to buy, like the property or the rights to, and that was one that was mentioned. Like Splinter Cell's been a little quiet, but I'm just glad it's coming out in general.
Yeah.
They just came out with Conviction. They said Conviction was backwards compatible on the Xbox, for example, and I'm like, oh no shit. I was like, it's a Splinter Cell game. I know plays completely different than the old ones, but I might have to pick that up.
I think Conviction was the one game that wasn't Michael Ironside.
Right.
As Sam Fisher.
That is correct.
So it seemed kind of like Kiefer Sutherland, kind of weird. Like, that's not David Hayter.
Right.
No, who are you?
Yeah. No.
Speaking. Oh, go ahead.
I'll say this is cool. This is good news.
Yep. Speaking of Xbox, guys, you guys watched the first installment of the Xbox Insider, and you guys were not happy. I did not watch it. I got the cliff notes from you guys, mostly from Dave saying, "Fuh, you asshole." So it must not have gone
That was
well.
about something specific.
That was about them talking about, they referenced Super Lucky's Tale, and it's coming to Games Pass. That's great, but...
You know what? I'm going to fucking play it.
No.
We have Game Pass is free.
I'm going to review it for Nerd Bacon.
No.
There you go.
You
There you
should.
go.
You should review it for Nerd Bacon, actually.
I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10.
So, I didn't watch all of the Xbox Insider thing. It was
It was long.
It was really, I'm trying to think of the right term. It felt like a step back. I think somebody had mentioned that it felt like G4 TV or something like that.
Wow.
It's just like a bunch of schmucky people trying really hard to sound cool and be cool, and it just...
So this is a pilot episode. This is a definition of a pilot episode, right?
But that's kind of the attitude that Microsoft has had, like, ever since they came into the industry. They're still kind of stuck in this weird mentality, and all of their presentations kind of come across like that Inside Xbox presentation come across, and it just seems really overproduced and really just stupid fake. And
here's
dry.
Here's my barometer, and like the worst E3 presentations every year, bar none, are the Mojang stuff. All the Minecraft stuff, I hate them because it's so stilted and fake, and you can tell it's scripted.
Let's over here. Let's go. Right. Over here.
Why don't you do this now in our game that we are showing for the people? Like, stop talking.
What is this?
Yeah. So how is that compared to the Mojang stuff at E3?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I find the Mojang stuff a little bit more endearing because it is just some awkward people being awkward on stage in front of a lot of people. I find that a little bit endearing because it is scripted and it is fake and they're not delivering it very well.
We are having fun,
right? For this, I don't know. I like the Mojang presentations that you described better than the Inside Xbox presentation.
Wow.
The Inside Xbox presentation, if you can find it, Jeff, and watch a little bit of it, it felt dry. It felt real.
Guys,
it was overproduced.
Doc Croc says it perfectly. Microsoft likes being edgy and eating Doritos and drinking Mountain Dew.
Hey, okay? I get this bag right here.
No, that's what this presentation feels like. Microsoft trying to be edgy and hip and cool. And when you try too hard to be edgy and hip and cool, you always look like a complete schmuck. And that's how the Inside Xbox episode felt. Hopefully that changes in the coming months, as long as they decide to keep doing this. But I didn't like it.
I think it's a good platform. This first episode was a little rough. It's a good. It can be a good platform, but
these things are really hot, by the way.
Nerd Bacon swag.
You can't handle my swag.
Oh man, that's
someone take that little like snippet of Jeff doing the little dance and make that into a meme or a GIF, please.
All right.
Do that now.
All right, we'll do it.
No, I mean it did. It felt very dry and it felt overproduced.
And there wasn't really any news or interesting content. Like, some of the Sea of Thieves stuff was pretty interesting, but you could have cut all the superfluous crap out of that episode, just strung together the Sea of Thieves stuff, and just put that out in a 2 or 3 part YouTube video, which would have been awesome.
You could have just gave me a snippet, like a Nintendo Direct about just Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
And it would have been awesome because the Sea of Thieves stuff was cool. Yeah. By the way, the fucking water looks fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. They said people are getting
Holy
seasick.
Shit.
People are getting seasick playing this game, like at certain points, depending on where they're at. So
not much else to do in the game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I haven't played it.
That's why I'm not ready to play it just yet. I'm like, I don't know what I want to do.
I'm doing the same thing. I'm just going to subscribe to Game Pass and play it. I got a 14-day free subscription.
Oh, that's true. I forget that.
I'll try that.
That's cool that it's going to be on Game Pass.
It is, right? I do like that. Now, I mean, there wasn't really any new breaking news. I was expecting breaking news, right? I think we all kind of were expecting something.
For the first episode, yeah.
You know, something breaking news. There wasn't. The only guy on the entire episode, because Major Nelson is Major Nelson. You've seen what he does. He's not different. And he hasn't changed. The only guy that felt like he was actually worth kind of listening to was the guy who was over with, I can't remember his name. It was the black guy that was over next to the woman that was doing the screenshots. And he was just like, you know what? I like sunset, so we're going to look at sunset pictures. And like, it kind of just felt like he was just kind of being a troll in a way. But like otherwise, like Dave's right. It felt overproduced. It was kind of tough to watch. Well, as an Xbox fan, I wanted more. I wanted to watch it. Seeing the Duke was cool. The Duke controller. Yeah. Not gonna get one. Yeah. Not gonna get one, but it was still cool.
No. Episode 1 is done. Episode 1 in the can. Now people can take the criticism and the feedback and then make episode 2. So we're now at a baseline.
Has the Duke controller still not come out yet? After a year's time, it still hasn't come out.
Well, they were still producing it. The initial pre-orders have sold out. That's why they came out and they put a release date on it. It is April 30th, I believe. But that first batch of pre-orders, you said completely sold out.
Have they was there a price tag on that?
I can look it up.
$79.99.
Yeah,
is that what it is?
I don't know.
I mean, that would make sense because every other goddamn controller costs $1,000.
Well, it does have that little screen in it that boots up just like the old Xbox. It does the whole
I want that. I'm dumb when I want that.
I want the screen.
Come on, look. Okay, I have a great history with the Xbox.
$8 for that. I had a great history with the Xbox.
I'm not paying $80 for it. I'm just saying.
Xbox.
I'm saying I want one, but I'm not saying I want to pay $80 for one. Right. I'm saying I want one like given to me.
But you will pay $80 for one, young Padawan.
No, I won't. There's other games I can buy for $80. There are full games I can buy for $80.
Papa Phil says you will pay $80 for it, dude.
Uncle Jeff says no.
Nope. Papa Phil Spencer says you will pay $80.
I'm the same way as Jeff. I have a big history with Xbox, and I love Xbox. I mean, this didn't do anything for me, and I'm not going to go pop a bunch of money for this controller.
No, and direct get thumbs up. Insider thumbs down for now.
At least give us like some games They give us a few games coming out to Game Pass, like City Skylines, which whatever.
Right.
It's a good city music. It's better than SimCity. Why am I expecting this?
I'm sure it is.
I'm not sure about
I'm sure it is. I'm just saying, maybe talk about some backwards compatibility games for OG Xbox.
Yeah, well, that kind of fell off the map, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we got this in like 10 games. Wait, when are we getting more? Fuck, I don't know.
Look at these 10 games, and there's the Duke coming out, dude.
Why is the King of Fighters one not in America? Why is that one the one that's not compatible here?
It's Doritos. Speaking of cool peripherals coming out, if I may go off on another quick tangent.
The Doritos controller, yes.
Better than that. There is a PS3/PS4 converter coming out for the Dreamcast.
What?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just saying, boys, and I will find that email. But yeah, that's coming out. So finally, use your PlayStation 4 arcade sticks or your PlayStation 3 arcade sticks with the Arcade Perfect Edition of Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yes, I still have my copy of that too. Yes. Yeah. God, the Dreamcast was so good. Guys, the Dreamcast was so goddamn good.
I wish I still had my copy of Project Justice.
Yeah, that's expensive now.
Yep. And
That's
I'm really
exciting.
mad that I had loaned that out and I never got it back, like 10
that
years ago.
sucks.
Bummer.
Yeah.
All right. So I got a price on this controller, $69.99.
Oh, I was $10 off.
Not surprising.
No,
but not
because
not what I will buy.
no, I'm not going to pay for it. And if I'm going to spend that kind of money, I'm going to get a new game. I mean, shoot, you can get spend the same amount of money and get the Sea of Thieves controller, which at least looks cooler than this one.
Yep.
If you want to go off look.
Okay,
so.
Justin, though, since you'll actually might buy one if I say this, they do a half price deal for Black Friday.
Oh, the Duke controller?
Yep.
For half price. So
Yep.
we're talking
$30.
$35.
$35, yeah, $35 to $40.
Yeah, I buy it then.
Okay.
$35.
You know, I would at least strongly consider
I consider it. Yeah, I consider it. I don't need one, but to but for $35, I'll take one.
I've got like 4 Xbox. I don't know how I have so many. Okay, I do know how. So I got the one with the console at first. I got the Master Chief one that I use for my PC now, the Halo 5 Master Chief one, which is badass. I have one that came with my Oculus, and then one more just like showed up. I don't know how I have a 4th Xbox One controller.
So
I only have
getting
one
back,
PS4 controller.
getting back to the to this converter here. So this is the it's from Brooks.
Okay.
It's the Brook PS3, PS4, Dreamcast Super Converter. It accepts fight sticks, wired and wireless PlayStation 3 or 4 gamepads, amongst other, as well as original and third-party PS3 and PS4 compatible peripherals. It supports mapping a single or combination of buttons to a turbo function for rapid-fire play, ability to hot swap peripherals without unplugging the device from the console, vibration and turbo support, mappable buttons from peripherals to Dreamcast control, and X input support. So pretty cool that it offers wired and wireless support there.
That's cool.
So yeah, coming out in the next few weeks. I don't see. Let's see. It's scheduled to launch by May 31st or sooner, and you can pre-order your copy at focusattack.com. So check
That could be yours for.
I'm not seeing. Let me click on the link here in this ad, this email ad.
Sure.
But focusattack.com to order yours, and I'm sure it won't be that expensive. $39.95.
All right,
Okay.
that's something I
Not
will
too bad.
strongly consider because
Yeah.
Dreamcast is my favorite console, my personal favorite console, and because goddamn those fighting games are mwah on Dreamcast. Mwah.
Magnifique.
All right,
I like
Fellas,
to play Power Stone on the Dreamcast.
yeah, you do. Yes, you do. All right,
Yes.
you want to play it? You want a full day of Soul Calibur? Moving on.
Full day of Soul Calibur. You'll like it.
Soul Calibur 24/7 Soul Calibur.
You'll like it.
Let's talk about the most popular game in the universe, the Solarverse, the Eververse. Fortnite is coming to mobile. Not only is it going to be on the mobile devices, and also this article is also up under Bacon.com.
Yes, it is.
We're going mobile. Also, is featuring cross-play between Xbox, PC, Mac, and mobile.
And I did a little more research on that crossplay
Yes.
as well.
Yes. Elaborate.
So it looks like it can be if you're playing on an Xbox, you can play with PC, Mac, and mobile, but you can also play on a PS4 and play with PC, Mac, and mobile, but you can't play Xbox and play with PS4.
Okay.
That's for right now, but right now, I
yes,
think the
you're
Fortnite
right.
people are talking with all parties involved, and they're trying
That's
to make
right.
this happen. So this
There's
might,
also a petition going on.
this might be the game that finally bridges that cross-play gap. But
Yes,
holy
get the
crap,
best chance.
guys. Full Fortnite Battle Royale experience coming to mobile devices.
That's
that kind
crazy.
of blows my mind.
How
crazy.
How can I play Fortnite on this?
Right.
Yeah, and you can sign up for that right now, actually, if you haven't already, Jeff Roth.
Yeah, you can.
Probably should do that.
Okay.
You-
Okay.
Wait
okay.
a minute.
So obviously, what about Fortnite on the Switch? Anyway,
I
so
think that's going to happen, absolutely.
Yeah, that'll happen.
I think so too. But here's the question though. Okay, so Dave, you tried out Fortnite. You tweeted about it. Jeff's played Fortnite. I've played Fortnite. I'm actually going to try to get back into Fortnite a little bit. So, do you really want a mobile version?
I think it's cool that there's going to be a mobile
I
version.
do too.
That's
I
not
do
what I'll
too.
play it.
I'm all about
Sure.
gaming broadening its appeal and getting
Yeah,
it to
yeah.
more people's hands. I
And
just,
as popular as this game is,
I just don't get why this game is so popular. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I kind of went more of a PUBG route, but I
And
guess
Yeah, Doc
I get why
Doc
it's
Croc brings up
popular.
a good question. What happened to PUBG? Like all of a sudden, that's like dropped off the face of the earth.
Well, and that's why they're coming out with like, here's our roadmap of 2018, and that's why they're
Right.
gonna, you
Right.
know,
It's
make the
still
game
like
weird.
it still continuously is playing like one of the top 3 to 5 games on Twitch or whatever.
At least
And
10, yeah, it's definitely up
yeah,
there.
at the minimum, it still has like millions of players. I don't think it's the player count's dropped off any,
No.
but it's just like Fortnite just overtook.
Fortnite is doing more updates. Fortnite is doing more
Yeah.
updates than PUBG
Yeah.
are.
I
That's
like
kind of
the
the
fun, I
and I
think.
like
I just
the
think it's fun.
aesthetic. I do like the aesthetic of Fortnite a little bit better
Me
than
too.
PUBG.
Me too.
I don't know. I like that cartoony look personally.
I do too.
But
I like to be able to jump into a
just-
T-Rex costume.
I just hate building. I'm like, people are so good at building forts, and I'm like, I'll put down the staircase and get shot in the head. Like, it sucks. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
no, it's a bummer because I'm not good at it.
Maybe I
But-
should try a couple more matches before I really officially give it a thumbs down.
Well, I think people like Fortnite because it's free. Like, that's the big thing, is that you can
Right,
play the game for
right.
0 monies.
that's a big thing. That
You
Right.
can buy a battle pass and get costumes and XP bonuses and all that other cosmetic stuff, but you can play the whole game, like play the entire battle royale for free.
On anything, yeah.
Anything, and literally anything.
and that's
Yeah.
the hook. That's the
That's the hook, right?
I
I mean,
heard
people
about
that I
some-
didn't even know played video games say they're playing Fortnite. And I'm like, since when did you play video games?
hook. I play Fortnite.
I play
That's
Fortnite.
wild. Though.
Whatever.
That's wild. It's really cool in a way because it gets, you've got all the people who, I play video games. Sure, what do you play? Candy Crush. Wow.
Okay.
But now they're playing Fortnite because Fortnite's free to play.
Right.
Hey, if you consider yourself a gamer playing like Candy Crush and all that stuff, hey, good for you. I'm not gonna make you feel bad.
Yeah. I'm
So,
just saying it's moving
No,
on. It's
right.
the
They're different,
phenomenon is moving on to a more complex game
Right.
than something like Candy Crush. That's what I'm trying to get at. That's what I think is cool.
Still playing
I-
games, still a gamer in its own right. Just
I do wonder what kind of a battery destroyer Fortnite's going to be.
oh boy.
You get 20 minutes.
Yeah, you jump out of the plane, you jump out of the bus, and up dead.
Yep.
Fortnite phone destroyer.
Phone destroyer.
Now, Doc Croc also said, like about, I don't get why Sony is so anti-crossplay. I don't think it's necessarily that they're anti-crossplay. It's just, what benefits are they getting at this point?
Right.
I mean, I will say this. They have always been like, we are pro gamer when Xbox went to like pro, like just everything consumer. Like they're trying to like, we're the all in one when people are like, we just want to play games. Like I already have my cable. Like now, granted, people are using different things differently all the time, but if they want to be pro consumer, I was surprised they didn't with like Rocket League, for example. Just flip the switch and it's boom. Rocket League, so they had it ready to go. Fortnite,
It's already on Switch.
So. Ha 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 ha.
Thank you.
But and then she also says that she sounds like the Xbox port killed PUBG. It actually brought a couple more million players to it. I mean, it didn't really kill it at all. It's just Fortnite is that popular.
Yeah, it is. All right, let's jump into some other quick news while we kind of take her home here because we're getting kind of long in the tooth. As we knew we would. EA announced that they're bringing Warner Brothers games, some WB games, to its to EA Access, which is to me is a great start and opens the doors for plenty of other developers and publishers to get in on this. You can find the first 3 Arkham games on there, as well as some Lego Batman stuff on early access, on EA Access, which means they're in the vault, which means they're free to play.
Yep.
This is great.
That's kind of the overlooked story from this past Thursday.
Last week. Yeah.
It opens the doors for people to get their stuff in there and get more people exposed to these games. So this also means with WB, this means that Shadow of War could be on this list at some point.
So do we see this trend continue? Because that's a huge get. That's 2 very distinct publishers kind of joining forces on one platform. So do we see EA kind of look and try and make deals with other publishers? And
for sure,
Origins
not
becomes
Ubisoft.
like a Netflix type thing, like an all-encompassing gaming Netflix.
I think they want to, but at that point, they may want to bump up their monthly price. But again, you're not going to see Ubisoft stuff on this because of Uplay, and that's a whole other separate thing. So you're not going to see, basically, if they have a show at E3, they're not going to be on EA Access, is my philosophy.
If,
not
I'm
Ubisoft,
sorry, if EA is going to have a show...
No, so if the developer has a show, like let's say Ubisoft or Square Enix or something like that,
Bethesda,
their games are not going to be on EA Access.
Oh, I gotcha.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect like Ubisoft or somebody like that, but I don't know. It's a very interesting development. We'll have to see where that goes.
Absolutely. Let's see what else we got. Let's end on this, fellas. It's been a wild year for all of us. Our first podcast was March 1st, 2017, and here we are sitting at March 15th, day after Pi Day, and
March 13th.
I mean, it's the 13th.
Today's the 13th.
Oh, today's 13th.
13th.
Tomorrow is Pi Day, so happy early Pi Day.
Wow, it's Pi Day.
I'm gonna shit out of some pies.
I got my Sea of Thieves. Thank you for playing. I didn't play. Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. So how do you guys feel about the past year, and what can we expect from Nerd Bacon and from ourselves from looking back at the past year and going forward to the next year?
Death and destruction, probably.
Way ahead of you.
Yeah.
Still no pants.
No pants. Yeah. For the first year,
What kind of highlights or something? Give me something here, people.
I think for me, highlights were E3 is always a highlight for me.
Yeah.
I think I was really happy with how our coverage of E3 went last year. I thought for all the different press conferences that we covered and everything, I thought our presentation was really good. We didn't really have too much in the way of technical issues, except maybe I think the EA conference was the worst one from a technical. Oh no, the Microsoft one I think was the worst one from a technical standpoint. But the Sony and Nintendo conferences were pretty good. Mm-hmm. So I was happy with that. I was happy with that coverage. I was very happy going to Evo. I thought Jeff, your and my trip to Evo was really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking to kind of build upon that this coming year and just refine that and hone that all. Last year was kind of a nice building year for this podcast and what we want it to be and what we want to do with it. And then this year, I think we can really build upon that and start catapulting ourselves into the future.
For sure. And to piggyback off your Evo, going there and actually shaking developers' hands, getting in their heads, doing interviews with them, going to play their games, and kind of seeing these small studios that and knowing the people and the faces behind it, that was really fun for me. Not only with my taking in Las Vegas for the first time and the biggest fighting game tournament of the year and all that stuff, but making those connections with developers and seeing these games being made and seeing behind the scenes stuff for kind of the first time for me, kind of meeting these people face to face. So that was really cool.
Piggybacking on that, I will say when we got back, doing the Spera Tournament of Magic was a highlight for me.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And
I want to do more stuff like that coming up.
I thought about perhaps an anniversary of that tournament or doing another tournament of Spera because they've been updating the game since then.
Oh yeah,
and we should kind of dig into that. I realized looking back, I play a really good heel and not even know it. I'm a damn good heel. Justin, some highlights from you from the past. Real quick, I got my infograph from Extra Life a few months ago, and because we were part of Extra Life last year, raising money for kids, and their total last year they raised $10.6 million last year for sick children across America. So and we were a part of that. So that's really fun and heartwarming. I got my Extra Life T-shirt for getting past a certain level of funds raised. So we're going to try to do more of that this year, more charity streams for several different charities. So we're going to be doing more of that in the future. Go ahead, Justin. Sorry.
Man, that's a tough act to follow. Talking about kids, man. No,
we did good things.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think this year, getting to do more of that will be definitely a priority. But I do agree that the first year was fun, getting to finally do a podcast, something that I had been talking about. Jeff and I kind of talked about that off and on for a little while, and I know Dave was involved in the talking, and then all of a sudden we were just like, hey, we're going to do it. And then it started out as just random we'd do it on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whenever we could. And then we just kind of got a little bit better. And I mean, we've came a long way, and I definitely like to see year 2. I think year 2 is going to be the year that we can, like Dave said, catapult us and polish and refine what we're doing and really and change and make what we do even better. And that goes with the articles and everything that we do. And then, obviously in this first year, getting to write a little more and do a little more coverage. And I think the biggest highlight for me personally, since I didn't get to go to Evo, unfortunately, but this year, that's right. I actually submitted my thing, but I
was going to ask about that.
I can't get that damn email to work. I got to figure out how this thing works. But anyway,
they don't send you back a confirmation email, do they? Because I didn't get a confirmation email that we got it and we'll review it. I didn't get one of those.
No, they don't send one of those.
Didn't think so.
But I use my Nerd Bacon email and I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Like, where am I not seeing like an inbox? Like, what's going on here? Like, it just seemed weird. But
yeah, I'll have to talk with you off cam or off stream.
Yeah. So anyway, E3 was probably my favorite part. I had a lot of fun being able to do these streams and watch and react and do those things live. I kind of want to do some more of that. For example, like the Nintendo Direct, a part of me wishes I would have came home and recorded like me reacting to it, for example, and kind of gotten to like talk about it or do some more side stuff. But that E3 coverage was really fun, and we had a lot of fun doing that.
And Doc brings up a good memory as well, hosting our very first Game of the Year Awards spectacular.
Yep. That was fun.
Complete with a musical act.
That's right.
That was
definitely a highlight. That's something I've always wanted to do.
Yep.
Well, glad we could help, and we'll do it again this year, y'all.
I think it's gonna be really, really a good year too. I mean, we've all now came together under one banner. We're no longer, one site and another site working together. We're all under one banner, and I think it's just gonna be for the best. And we'll talk more obviously about our E3 plans and Evo plans in the future. But the fact that I'm gonna be able to be with you guys in person is gonna make it so much better. I think just to do all that. So and
if people want to go back and watch the very first episode of the podcast, it's archived on Nerd Bacon under the VG Spectrum archive stuff. There's the very first episode of our young happy faces before life.
We started right around the same
and
time as the Nintendo Switch.
Took their toll.
That's very true. Yeah, the first episode we talked about Horizon Zero Dawn and the upcoming release of the Switch.
Yeah. So we came out right around the Switch.
That's where we are.
Match all right, fellas. Heaven.
Any final thoughts before we take her on home? Want to plug yourselves?
Go ahead first.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, on the Nerd Bacon site, we're going to be I'm going to be doing introducing a new feature called the Sizzle Reel. And basically, anyone can do these things. It's just me saying, let's do this. And it's just gameplay videos. Like us collaborating with other Nerd Baconeers, just showing off gameplay, akin to, I take a lot of stuff from GiantBomb.com. They do quick looks. And they just show, unedited, here's 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour of actual gameplay. And I want to be doing that. So I want to be shooting video, talking over it, have you guys in there watching me as well. So we'll do more of that. We're going to try to do a dedicated section for videos on the site, dedicated section for this podcast on the site as well, because we are the Nerd Bacon podcast. And we want to be more featured. So we're going to be working on that on the site. Also, this Sunday at twitch.tv/Jeff Roth, aiming for around 7 o'clock-ish, the first ever Jeff Roth Fantasy Wrestling Federation free per-view JFWF Slamrock. It's happening this Sunday night. Hopefully I can get these two yahoos on the commentary booth with me.
Yeah.
This Sunday.
Because the main event right now, as it stands, the JFWF World Heavyweight Champion Alex, yes, Street Fighter's Alex, will take on Link, but there could be an extra person that we'll find out. Changes could be made to that match, according to
I know who it is.
Well, we'll get to the match first. Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night during midweek melee, there may be some matches that will dictate Slamrock. We do have a new women's champion. It is Samus Aran.
Oh, very cool.
We have a new Twitch champion because that belt plays hot potato. Right now it's Space Ghost. The Intercontinental Champion Star-Lord will have to decide his opponents for the belt. We will crown a tag team champion as well. Lots of stuff going on for Slamrock coming out this Sunday night on Twitch.tv/Jefferon.
Nice.
Very cool.
So check that shit out, y'all.
Level Up Jay, what are you up to?
Okay, so you can obviously follow me on all the social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm on all those things. I Level Up Justin. I haven't, due to some family time, I obviously, I'm a little behind on this next integration of the MLB The Show 18 preview, but I do have some stuff for that. Going to be continuing that, and obviously leading up to release, and then I'll pick that up, and then I'll play it for a little while, and then I'll review that.
That's coming out when again?
If you pre-order it you get it on March 23rd. If you do not,
Wow, that's right around the corner.
Yeah, if you do not pre-order it, it's March 27th. So it's just a 4-day difference. Worth pre-ordering it. Just might as well if you're going to play it. So
sure, bless you.
Bless you. But otherwise, I'm going to get back into doing some streaming. I did a lot of streaming in January and didn't do like any in February because I kind of just got back into writing and doing a lot of that. But I'm going to get into just doing some streaming, especially with you two, and kind of joining in on the sizzle reel and whatnot. But I think I'm going to also get into finally platinuming Crash Bandicoot Warped.
There you go. There you go.
I did the first two. They're both platinumed. And then if I platinum the third, I feel like I did enough to review the insane trilogy.
You feel like you spent way too many hours playing Crash Bandicoot games.
No such concept.
There's no such
That's
thing.
right.
That first one's really good, and then the other two are fine.
Oh man, that's a whole other debate.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, you'll be seeing a lot. So again, just follow me wherever you can.
All right,
Watchmen. I've got a busy week of non-gaming related activities coming up. So I've got improv shows Friday and Saturday. And then Saturday morning, I'm also doing some G.I. Joe shoot. So
we still have more stuff to shoot on that?
Yeah. So
I think my part's done. So
is it Lauren and I've got a couple of pickup shots Saturday morning. So that also means that I'm going to have to be in the crappy mustache. And by crappy mustache, I mean real
And Saturday is freaking St. Patrick's Day, so everybody be safe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to have my alter ego in the parade Saturday morning downtown, so I'll be down there. We have a game that night, so we can't get drunk, which is bullshit, but
as far as gaming stuff, I don't really have any streams or anything coming up because I'm in the middle of tearing everything down and finally moving with it. So streaming for me is down for the next couple months, but article-wise, I'm toying around with doing a retrospective on Star Fox and what Nintendo could do to revitalize the series. Kind of mulling that over. And then video game-wise, I am just right up on the tippy tip of beating Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So I'm going to do that within this week. Maybe as soon as tonight. We'll see.
Yep, and then by this time next year, Day will be the tippy point of beating Mario Odyssey.
That's true.
Yeah, that's probably true.
That is true.
That is
which I was playing this weekend, by the way. Still very fun.
I want to get after Nier Automata or Automata, however you pronounce it.
Yeah,
I want to get on that, finish that one up. I also really need to finish Horizon Zero Dawn as well.
Yeah,
because I'm so far behind. Lauren, I'm sure, had beat it tonight, and she's put like 70 to 90 hours in that game now. So I got a ways to go.
I do want to actually thank Dave live on stream and also mention something he and I talked about.
Not my unmentionables.
I'm probably going to do this on the actual Nerd Bacon channel, but I have no idea where I am in Breath of the Wild. No fucking clue. I have left off in the middle of fucking nowhere. I know how many Divine Beasts I've beat, but I have no idea what I was attempting to do. So I'm going to scrap that.
Oh my god.
Scrap the 50 hours it says I've played. Start from fresh, and I'm going to live stream it and like journalize my adventures.
Do you want me to sit there with the guide in my hand, just going, okay, this is where you want to go next?
See,
No.
the only time I've done that is when there's something specific that I wanted to find, like the captured memories. It's like, all right, I want to get all the captured memories. I have no idea where all this stuff is, so I used a guide for that. But everything else,
Right.
just kind of discovered on my own, which is cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, everything I've done up to this point, I've done on my own. All the shrines. I think I had told you guys, this is going back again to the beginning, almost a year, not quite, but I kind of went out of my way to unlock all the towers first, which is kind of a dumb idea at first, but it was cool to see the entire map. That was kind of my goal.
Well,
I wasn't ready to do it.
What I wanted to suggest is before you scrap everything, create a new profile for your Switch and start your new game off of that profile, because that way you get a new game save file without destroying the 50 hours that you've already done in case you want to go back to it. So I think that's a good piece of advice.
Yeah, no, not a bad piece of advice.
Anyway.
So yeah, thank you, Dave, for that, because that could be something that we can do as well. So.
Yeah. So hopefully I can get the thing 1 and thing 2 here to pop into the commentary stream for JFWF on Sunday. We'll see.
On Sunday.
Titles may change hands, and probably will.
On the Jefferoth channel.
I'll tell you one thing I want to do over the summer after I get cohabited with Lauren and get everything set up. One thing I'd like to do is do another 12-hour fighting game stream.
I was just going to ask about this. Yes. I want to do another fighting game marathon, hopefully for charity, but ideally for charity, but we'll get there. But yeah, fighting game marathon would be awesome, and we got to find a time where all three of us are in the same room to do that.
Well, I know we talked about Extra Life, so if you are watching out there, make sure that you stay tuned for that, because I'm going to hopefully help spearhead that about, each of us obviously are individuals, but we all are going to be under the Nerd Bacon banner, and you raise money for Nerd Bacon, and however Extra Life works, I'm kind of tinkering around with that, but
yes,
we'll raise money, do all that. So, I mean, there's all kinds of other cool charities we can work with, and the fighting game one would be really cool to do, especially as we get closer to EVO and gear up for that.
For sure. All right, fellers, take her on home.
All right, I'm Dave the Watchman. Follow me at Dave the Watchman on Twitter. And you can also follow us here on the Nerd Bacon Twitch channel. We've got a YouTube channel as well that this is going to be uploaded to. And there's other social media platforms that we're trying to get on as well. But most importantly, check out our work at nerdbacon.com. If you see some articles and say, you know what, I'd like to write too, or I can write better than those guys, whatever. We're always looking for new writers, new applicants. There's no prerequisites or anything. Just hit that apply button and submit an article, and we'll check it out. And if we like it, we'll go ahead and get you set up and make you one of the Baconeers. So
yeah, they brought me on, so don't worry about it.
Don't be shy. It's all good stuff.
Yeah. I'm Level Up Justin. Like Dave said, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Level Up Justin. Literally everything's the same thing. And same with Twitch. You can also check out any of the articles in my MLB The Show 18 preview coverage. Or obviously I just wrote about Super Smash Bros. So if you want to see my little blip about what I thought about the Smash Bros. Reveal, you can check it out on nerdbacon.com. Otherwise, follow nerdbacon.com on Twitter and and on Facebook for now, and on Twitch. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. Same. I echo everything Dave said.
Yay!
And then we got Nerd Bacon swag right over here.
I am Jefferoth. You can follow me on Twitter at Jefferoth, on Twitch at Jefferoth.
We've got the new Doritos Pope over here, trying to replace Keeley.
These Blaze are actually pretty good. They're really hot, but they're pretty good.
That's what the new Smash Brothers are going to be called, Super Smash Brothers Blaze.
Blaze, just Blaze. Yeah, check out the Twitch page. We're going to be doing a lot of VR stuff in the future, as well as Into the Breach, Save the Spire. Those sizzle reels will be coming up as well, just doing gameplay footage. These glasses are dumb, but I love them. I'm going to add a lot more. I'm going to do an overhaul as far as adding chat commands and chat sound effects to my stream. So at any point, I can just make Braun just yell Braun on stream for no apparent reason. It'll be fantastic. So from all of us at nerdbacon.com, we thank you for watching. We'll be here next week, but stay tuned to Nerd Bacon Twitch page for all the gaming stuff here with all of us and our fellow Baconeers, and nerdbacon.com for the latest in gaming. And we will see you guys next week.
Good night, everybody. Game tasty, everyone.
Tasty.
Raw.